Hello, channel members. How are you? First of all, I wanted to say really thank you for your support. And today, I wanted to tell you guys something about a session that I had with a girl. So, this girl have been trapped in her head, and it becoming very difficult for her to. Um, she's get overwhelmed by everything that is happening around of us. She said to me, I just woke up. I just started to realize a lot of things. I just had a spiritual awakening. And so she was like, I'm a newbie. I don't know what to do. I need a manual for this. I need somebody that introduced me to this world. This world, it's basically a manifestation of an old belief system that is crumbling, because this is what you see in a global scale, what you see in the mass media, and what is happening all over the world is nothing else than a representation of what is falling off from ourselves as well. The lies that we've been told, the way we're going to conduct our lives, what really makes you happy and what not, what really fulfills you, we are awakened that the way we were living, it was all automatic and dictated. And we are discovering the fact that we are divine, we are sublime divine creature, sacred creatures. And this is not the kind of life that a sacred being should be living, chasing to live with very little money, or chasing, like selling your soul to jobs that suck you dry and doesn't give you anything back, if not a bit of money, that then they will go and then you have to make them again and again. It's just a lot to take, because there are a lot of information, aliens and religions and spiritualism. Is a deep world. Is basically, we are just awakened to the fact that there is so much more. There is so much more than we don't know. They kept us secret, and we need to start from somewhere. Though we cannot keep focusing our attention in what is going on globally. When you get control of what is going on internally, then you will able even to project a different world, a different reality, or perhaps simply a better life, a more fulfilling life. And at the phone, this my lovely customer, she was saying that she is scary, that it's overwhelming, and she understands that she has to find another way to survive. She doesn't want to do a corporative job, and relationship get questioned. Relationship with family and people get difficult because they are in another brain. So it's complicated. It's complex. But at the same time, it's not, because I ask her, like, do you prefer to jump into this abyss, even though it's scary, this understanding of energy? We came here to manipulate energy, and by the manipulation of energy, we can shift our reality, or anyway, we can heal, we can free our soul and live in alignment, live a better life, not slave of something or someone. And what we're going to do with the time that you have to fulfill yourself. And so this is not simple. It's not simple. Most of us are not supposed to settle with old way of being. So you will be forced perhaps to leave your family, the friends of a lifetime that doesn't understand you anymore. Because we become so true and rare and authentic. We don't lie anymore to people, circumstances. We don't pretend. It's literally a path that connects the all, because the outside world right now is it's like Hunger Game, it's the Matrix. Like, this is the level of craziness that is outside, and what is inside, and most of us inside are still often sad, depressed, with anxiety, stuck in unfulfilled jobs, slave of money, or just got caught up in things that everyone else did, and so we did them too, but we never truly understood who is you, who are you for real, what do you like, what do you need, how can you feel better, how can you be more fulfilled, how can you expand and not like retract, basically. And this is a journey. It's a journey that we can do together, and we can be here and support each other. There will be things to shed, and also you will need to understand how to control your mind. And this is what, in the session with Christina, I was doing, is control your mind, because the mind will always tell you lies. The mind, it depends how you've been programmed. Have you been programmed to people please? Have you been programmed to be slave for money? Have you been programmed in a masculine energy and not in a female, and your divine feminine energy is lacking? There are a lot of topics that needs to be understood. And at the moment, what is important is to be able to ground, because every time our mind go up there, and it's like, oh my God, how am I gonna do to leave my job? How am I gonna do? I need to leave my boyfriend. Oh my God, this triggered me and that triggered me, and I'm always sad and I cry and I feel anxious, and we run around like a tornado. She even said, I took DMT, and it's like, well, if you're not able to control your mind, taking DMT is not exactly the most wise things you can do. Because if you act all chaotic, you cannot get lost in the rabbit hole, because why is that many spiritual people get lost in the rabbit hole, or that many of those spiritual people get diagnosed like psychopath or with psychosis, or they try to close them in mental health, because this is what they want. You need to get your shit together. But what I mean by giving your shit together, I mean getting back control of your emotional and mental state of being. So when you allowed your emotion to be felt, honored, seen, understood, you give them the space. You take a week off doing nothing. You give the space to your emotion to show off, so that you can understand them and calibrate, witness it, let them come out of you. Breathe, and like focusing on your expansion in your chest, in your solar plexus. There needs to be, if you notice Shiva or Jesus or many enlightened people, they're always like, because they're here. You understand that in here, the mind will just guide you in a rabbit hole that doesn't have an end. Worry after worry, thought attract like a light. They attract, similar thought attract each other. So we need to learn how to move into the energy and what is happening energetically first. That's why I made all those ASMR and my Insight Timer guided meditation as well. First, you need to face that darkness, that thing. Because many of you are like, oh, I can feel the darkness, anxiety, because it wants you to sit on it and give it attention. It's trying to reveal you something. So if we give the temple the space for our body to tell us and reveal things to us, and we do little step by step to go towards the state of being that will manifest a better reality. You have to radiate a certain amount of energy, vibrations, so that you can magnetize the right things to you. But if you are like, oh my God, you will never attract it. So the battle is going back to center and taking inspired action towards the manifestation of life in heaven. So creating boundaries, stop people pleasing, stop working if you can, find the way to be self-employed, independent. Don't waste your time hanging out with things that doesn't give you anything no more. And not try to hide the way you feel under the carpet, saying, oh, it's on a bad day. No, if it's a bad day, it's there for a reason. That bad day is there for you to tell you something. So being present for yourself, it's very important. So in here, in this membership session, I want you guys to ask me all the questions that you need and what is troubling in you in your spiritual journey, and I will try to answer to all of you. But in the meantime, for today, and just because I had this session in specific with Christina, I want you to bless all that is exactly how it is, and we are looking forward to be harmonious and expand our world, our knowledge, the way we handle ourselves and others, the way we are literally able today to basically quantum leaping every day. Every time you go to bed and you wake up in the morning with a different intention, with simply the goal to find out like who you really are, is such an exciting journey. Understand that you were gifted, and a lot of gifts got lost because you never pay attention to it. You were a gifted child. You could channel, you could write, you could see, you were empathic, you were good with people or food or plants. There was always, or clothes, whatever it was. Like, we are all gifted, and we are here to awaken for real to all the things that we are and define who we really are. Thank you, butterflies. Have a beautiful night.